Hey guys, Mike Brandonstein with the Worship Bass Workshop, and today instead of doing a cover video, I'm going to do a tutorial on a new worship song, or a newer worship song by Elevation Worship. This is called Do It Again. So if you don't know this song, go on, get your bass, come on back, and let's learn this. Okay, this song, Do It Again, the version we're doing is off of the CD, There Is a Cloud. Let's look at the key first. The thing about the key is once you know that, then you kind of have an idea, or you do have a pretty good idea of what notes you're going to be working with. Simply what the key indicates is the notes you're using. This one is in the key of B flat major. You'll just see B flat. If you are looking at a lead sheet, it'll be two flats, okay? You have a B flat and you have an E flat. Those are the two flat notes in this key. But let's look at them all, okay? If you don't know the major scale, the B flat major scale, then here it is. B flat, we're going to start on the 6th fret of our 4th string, okay? If you have a 4th string, I'm just going to get this 5th string out of the way. We're starting the 6th fret, and we're going B flat, pinky on C, index finger or pointer on D, this is the 5th fret of the 3rd string. 6th fret of the 3rd string is the middle finger, that's E flat. Then you got pinky on F. Then we're moving down to the 2nd string. We got pointer finger on G. Then we got A, ring finger, and then pinky on B flat. And if you notice here, if you haven't noticed this before, your octaves, in other words, this is a B flat, this is a B flat. It's the 8th note in the scale. That's why we call it an octave, oct for 8. And then we have 2 frets over, 2 strings down. That's your octave. That's anywhere. Okay, so if you're here and here, 2 frets over, 2 strings down. So the octaves are that pattern remains throughout the bass. That's what I love about bass. Okay, so the way we come in during this song, the first part is no bass at all. Sometimes during a worship service, the worship leader may want you to come in, or you have the freedom to come in wherever you want. And if you do, I would say to do your best to leave that first verse spacey. Leave it open. That's kind of a real quiet part of the song, and it gives you somewhere to go because this song builds throughout, as you know. If you are going to play, try something an octave up. And what I would do, you have a D sharp and a D is what this particular chart I have has, but really it's E flat and D. D sharp and E flat are the same thing. So don't worry about seeing a D sharp and getting confused. D sharp and E flat are the same thing. So what you have is a 13th fret of your D string, or your 2nd string is an E flat. Then you go to the D, which is the 12th fret, right next to it. Then just leave those open for 8 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you go down to the B flat. Okay. Once again, some of your charts may say A sharp. They're the same note, okay? 13th fret of the A string, or the 3rd string, is an A flat. Let's take that in context. 1, 2, ready, go. To D. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, and we're at E flat. I might have did an extra beat there, so sorry about that. Again. D, up to the E flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, to B flat, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we get into where the bass comes in on the recording, and that is a low G, which is the 3rd fret up here on the 4th string on your E string. 2, 3, 4, and you're going to do 4 beats for each one of these. You're going to do a G, an A, which is the 5th fret, and then a B flat, which is your 6th fret, okay? Notice that's where we started that scale. And your G, A, and B flat are all part of that scale as well. So once again, in the key of B flat, you're going to use the notes that are in the B flat major scale, okay? All right, here we go. 1, 2, da, 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 A, da, 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 da. Now to E flat, which is going to be right below that B flat. So B flat, then we go to the 6th fret of the A string, of the 3rd string, and we repeat it. Da, 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 da. Then at the end of that, we go down to the D. Okay? That D is on the 5th fret of the A string, and then we pause. Okay, there is a little interlude, a little 4-measure interlude in between the chorus and the next verse. The piano player is playing. I think we stay out on that as bass players. Okay, so next time we come in is on this second verse, and this I want to talk about here. You're going to play on the E flat and the D, and the way we're going to do this, we're going to play 2 eighth notes at the beginning of every measure. Measure in this song is going to be 4 beats. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Eighth notes are 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So if we play an E flat, 2 of them at the beginning of every measure, we're going to do it like this, 2 eighth notes. So it'll sound like this: 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then we go to the D, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, that's going to be the second verse. Then we go to the B flat. Okay, now something added to this in this version here. There is a cool little bass riff that I want to show you. Okay, at the end of that first that section there, the verse. So we're going to play E flat, E flat, and then D flat or D. Sorry, D. Then E flat, E flat. And then B flat. Okay, I'm going to show you this little lick now. Now, if you're not familiar with this lick, it is right at around the 2-minute mark of this recording. And what we do then is we'll hit the B flat. So let's go through this part. Here we go: E flat, E flat, and we go to B flat. This is the end of the first part of the verse. And what that is, very simply, is we're just going up an octave. We're staying in the key of B flat. And what we're playing is a C, which is the 15th fret. So we got 12, 13, 14, 15. We hammer on to the 17th fret. So it's C, D, F. So same fret, this 15th fret on the D string. And then we come back down to the 15th fret of the A string. So it's, and I'm barring this 15th fret. I'm kind of rocking my pointer finger so it doesn't go. I don't want to hear those notes at the same time. So it will be, and then we come back to the E flat, okay? Now, the next question is, when do I do this? Well, if we count, it's going to be on the 3. So when you're counting 1, 2, 3, 4, the second measure of that B flat on the 3. So you have to be up there and ready. So let's walk through it. We're going to walk through the last part of this second verse. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, to B flat, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. See that? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, ba da ba ba. Okay, that's kind of the rhythm of it. Ba da da da. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. And then you got to land back at that E flat. So the frustrating thing for me before, if I would do a lick and excited that I got the lick, and then I come back and land somewhere completely different, and then it blows the entire part. So make sure you not only get the lick right, but you land at the right place after the lick. It can be very embarrassing. Okay, so here we go. So we're doing one more time. E flat, and the B flat, B flat. 3, 4, 1, 2. You don't even have to do those last 2 eighth notes. You could just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. You can just do one of them. It's not too big of a deal, I don't think. If you can do both of them, great, but I don't think that part is a big deal. If you're going to do that lick, just make sure you have you're ready to slide up there and do it, and you'll be good, all right? Okay, the next part, we start to build now. You're going to add eighth notes, okay? So we're going to go back into this chorus part, but we're adding eighth notes with the G, the A, and the B flat. flat. Okay. Those are just very steady eighth notes. Okay, so now as you build, if you want, come up an octave. So know those notes up on the A string, which is the 10th fret for the G, or you could do them here, the 5th fret of the D string. It's always good to know all the places you can access these notes on your neck. So whenever you're working on a song, kind of practice, see if you could play it in another position on your neck. So here we are. I like to play up here on the A string because it's a little punchier. So I got G, A, then B flat. And then you can go to the E flat down here on the 11th fret of the 4th string, okay, or the 13th fret of the D string, okay. So you can kind of switch back on octaves as you build, kind of feel what your band is doing, where the song is going. It's always nice to kind of come up an octave when you start to build with these eighth notes. When you're playing your eighth notes, another little tip is to try to play them with one finger. It keeps it more steady, more consistent, and you have more of a drive. But also make sure you're locking in with those eighth notes. If you haven't really worked with eighth notes much, look at my video on eighth notes. I have a video on producing killer eighth notes, okay? So check that out when you get a chance. Okay, last part of this song is when we are going from, so we did this little build, okay, and we did the chorus, okay, then we go to the E flat, and then we go down to the D at the end of that. Now, when the keys, or at the end of that chorus, I want you to start counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. On that and, the and after 3, you're going to hit this. This is where we start going. So you're going to hit the 5th fret, you're going to hit the D and the E flat. So this is how it's going to sound. Last time of that chorus. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, so we're going to do that again. We're going to end on the, here we go, G, A, B flat, then E flat, and then we hit a D on the 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3. Then we go to, then we're going to move it to the A right below it, the A and the B flat. Okay. Now here again, if you have a 5 string, you could do this D to E flat. Right there. You want to do that. You could do this D and E flat there, or you could do it an octave lower. Okay. Same thing here. The A and the B flat. Instead of doing it lower, which of course you can't, you can come up to the high A on the 12th fret and the 13th fret. All right. Now there's one more lick that we're going to look at on this recording that happens right around the 5-minute mark. So when we hit the D flat and E, or the D and the E flat, okay, there we go. So we play that first one and the second one, so 1 and 2 and 3, and all right, let me play this for you. Count it for you. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. See if I can do that again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So I went too soon there, but let's slow it down. 2 and 3. Okay, so you see how that works? The best thing to do with something like this is to know how to count it and then get a metronome, start working with that count. Eventually you'll start speeding it up and seeing it. Or if you just want to kind of work with it with the song, some people are just better just kind of throwing themselves into the song and doing it that way. But that's the way that thing goes. And honestly, I'm not sure if you hit a wrong note or not. Sometimes some of the greatest licks come out of a mistake that's turned into something really cool. And so it's hard to say, but all these notes fit. It sounds a little out, but all the notes fit. It's really a cool lick. So, okay. So once again, you're all over the neck there, but make sure it'd be fun to work on this. And if you get it, just, it really feels good when you get it. So keep working on that. And then this whole song is going to build, and then it comes back down, and then it builds. I don't know how you do it at your church, so just kind of follow whatever you do there. But at least you got the main elements, the main structure of this song, and hopefully have some licks to start working on as well. Make sure you count your way through the problem areas, and I think you'll just be rocking it here, okay? So I'm getting a lot of texts. I probably need to go, but make sure you subscribe to my channel. Shoot me the comments, the emails, any questions you got. I love to hear from you guys. So until next time, this is Mike Brandenstein with the Worship Bass Workshop. Thanks for watching.